South Korea awoke to a startling reality on December 3, 2024. President Yoon Suk Yeol had declared martial law. This unprecedented move, the first in over 4 decades, sent shockwaves throughout the nation and beyond. The declaration, delivered in a somber late-night address, cited anti-state activities and looming threats from North Korea. The suddenness and severity of the announcement left many citizens in a state of disbelief and fear. The specter of past turmoil when martial law was used to quell dissent hung heavy in the air. Was history about to repeat itself? The political climate in South Korea had been fraught for months. President Yoon's approval ratings had plummeted and his policies faced fierce opposition. The declaration of martial law seemed to many like a desperate attempt to cling to power. The international community watched with bated breath, wondering what this meant for the future of South Korea and its volatile neighbor to the north. The world held its breath, bracing for the potential consequences of this dramatic escalation. President Yoon's declaration of martial law was accompanied by a chilling 6-point decree. This decree, issued by the newly appointed martial law commander, General Park On-soo, outlined the sweeping powers now vested in the military. Political activities were immediately banned, effectively silencing any opposition to the president's rule. The decree also prohibited the spread of false propaganda, a move widely seen as an attempt to control the narrative and stifle dissent. Furthermore, strikes were outlawed, and any gatherings deemed likely to incite unrest were strictly forbidden. The media too came under the iron fist of censorship, with all outlets now answerable to the martial law command. Medical professionals, including those engaged in ongoing strikes, were ordered to return to work within 48 hours, effectively placing the nation's healthcare system under military control. This comprehensive decree left no doubt South Korea was now under the tight control of the military. The speed and ruthlessness of the takeover left many reeling, wondering if their democracy had been fatally wounded. The declaration of martial law triggered a dramatic confrontation at the National Assembly, the heart of South Korean democracy. Security forces swiftly moved to seal off the building, deploying helicopters and troops to prevent lawmakers from entering. The image of heavily armed soldiers surrounding the parliament building sent shockwaves throughout the nation. This was a brazen display of force, a clear signal that the military was now in control. Despite the heavy military presence, 190 lawmakers managed to breach the security cordon and enter the assembly. In a defiant act of unity, they voted unanimously to reject President Yoon's declaration and demanded the immediate lifting of martial law. This act of defiance, a beacon of hope for many, set the stage for a tense standoff between the democratically elected parliament and the president. The nation held its breath, the future hanging precariously in the balance. Section 4. International repercussions, allies and adversaries react. The international community reacted with a mixture of concern and condemnation to the unfolding events in South Korea. The United States, a long-standing ally, expressed grave concern and urged a swift and peaceful resolution to the crisis. The UK echoed these sentiments, emphasizing the need for South Korea to uphold democratic principles and the rule of law. China, a close ally of North Korea, adopted a more cautious stance, urging its citizens in South Korea to exercise caution. Meanwhile, Russia, which had been strengthening its ties with Pyongyang, described the situation as alarming. The crisis in South Korea, a key player in the Asia-Pacific region, had far-reaching geopolitical implications. The world watched anxiously, aware that the stakes were incredibly high. Section 5. A legacy of turmoil, martial law, and the future of South Korea. The declaration of martial law in South Korea evoked a troubled past. The nation had witnessed numerous such declarations since its founding, often used to suppress dissent and consolidate power. The most recent instance, in 1980, left a deep scar on the nation's psyche. President Yoon's actions raised serious questions about the future of South Korean democracy. The international community watched with bated breath, hoping for a swift and peaceful resolution to the crisis. The fate of South Korea, a beacon of democracy and economic prosperity in a volatile region, remained uncertain. The world could only wait and hope that the hard-won freedoms of the South Korean people would not be extinguished. Please like, share, and comment on what you think about the situation in South Korea.